It's a good thing
Champion.
you've been watching all my stuff. I'm just kidding. Go ahead.
It's a long list. You've done so much.
Oh, thank you. That's a good cover, by the way.
Former King of the Ring, former 6-time tag team champion, former Intercontinental champion, the badass Billy Gunn.
Yes, that would be me.
Nice
That would be me. But that's 6 times. It's really 7 with Brian. Altogether, I think it's 11.
11.
Yeah,
wow.
with Bart and Chuck. So,
oh, wow.
someone's
going to give me the right
we'll just talk about the New Age Outlaw stuff.
Yeah,
that's the most entertaining stuff.
So just start at the beginning, like how did you get into wrestling?
Start at the beginning?
Yeah.
Oh my God, we have that long? I thought you said this was 5 minutes, not 5 days.
So how did you get into wrestling?
It just fell in my lap, actually. I wasn't, like, you'll hear a lot of these guys that do this, they grew up wanting to do it.
Yeah.
That's the typical, hey, I grew up watching whoever, I wanted to do it my whole entire life, and that had nothing to do with me. That wasn't me at all. I just fell into it when I was 24, so I got into it kind of late, and the first time I did it, I absolutely fell in love with it. It was awesome. So I have a different story than everybody else.
Yeah, that's a nice one to hear. So you've got such a history, but you're possibly more than likely most known for your tag team history.
Yeah, well, of course, because that's all I've really been in that's actually meant something. You know, the single stints that I had were, the only really good single run I had was with The Rock, you know, and that was good, but it just wasn't my thing. It was fun to try. I mean, you got to try everything in this business, hence the Chuck and Billy thing. You try it all.
Yeah.
You try it all, you do it all, you see if you're good at it all. Which, fortunately, most of my stuff worked, except for, I know everybody's going, well, what about the rockabilly thing? okay, that didn't work because I hated it. I hated it. So, but, you know, you try everything and you do everything, but yeah, everybody's going to know me for tags because I've been in so many good ones. That's the thing. Why do something on my own when I'm in tags that are so successful and fun to do? To me, tags are a lot funner than single stuff.
You get to share it with someone as well. It must be fun.
Yeah. So yeah.
You've got Bart Gunn, Road Dogg, Chuck Palumbo, so many tag team partners. Have you got a favourite? Who's been your favourite person to tag with?
You know what? They all. So I don't. It's not so much favorite as it is. Everybody has their own thing. Every tag that I was in had its own special thing. You know, of course, me and Bart, when we started, that's what we started, and he's an awesome guy. Every one of my partners, like the main 3, Chuck, Brian, our Road Dogg, and Bart, are all we're good friends, and that's what kind of is the bond that makes these things work. It wasn't I was in control. It wasn't they were in control. It's a mutual thing, although I did take the lead a lot of the times because we both trying to go a certain direction, but everybody has confidence. We all had confidence in each other that no matter who took control, they weren't going to take us in a direction that we didn't need to go. And when you're in this business, you know that when you're out there, you have to be able to go a couple different directions and then stick with the direction that's working for the fans, not for us. It has, you know, it's about entertaining the fans and doing what makes fans happy, because if we're in there wrestling each other, then the building's going to be empty, and then everything hurts when you do it, like even hurts more. So, you know, so you do it for the fans and the entertainment of what they come to watch.
Okay, so you spoke about Bart Gunn, like your first tag team championship earlier on was with him as part of the Smoking Guns.
Yeah.
How did it feel to finally win that first championship?
It was awesome. You know, I was so new to the business. That's what I mean. I never grew up watching, so I was really dumb to the. I didn't know what until I got in it. Now we were in it a couple of years, and then we win that is you don't realize how special it is. Every one I've won them 11 times, I think it is, 10 or 11 times. Every one of them's awesome because at that time you're the best in the world. You're the best. So that means a lot, you know. So every one of them means something, and it means and it hurts just as bad when you lose them. So that I mean that everybody goes, "Oh, you won it 10 times." Yeah, but I've lost them 10 times too, which is, you know, they both have their feeling. Both of them are on a different feeling level. Is winning it for the first time was awesome. And then when me and Road Dogg won him for the first time, that was awesome. Because he wore it around the Atlanta airport for 2 days. We were flying in and out of place. He was running around, the people making him take it off, and he said he wouldn't. It was hilarious, actually. It was funny. But each one of them had their own personalities. Like, Road Dogg's awesome.
Yeah.
I mean, he's so entertaining that it's the mix between me and him we're so opposite. That's why I think the New Age Outlaws worked so good, is we were so opposite. And it still makes me laugh because we're not compatible at all. We're a bad relationship, but our bad relationship worked, and we made it work because he, of course, never went to the gym. I go to the gym religiously. He eats like crap. I eat great as much as I can. So, but when we are in the ring, or when we're doing our thing here and what we do, it's undeniable. We don't talk, we just look. We just have looks, and we just know what each other does because we know what each other's good at, and we stick there, and it worked, and it was awesome.
It was indeed. Right, so you've also had, like we touched on briefly, like some singles bouts and runs. Of anyone you faced singles, like you mentioned The Rock, who's been your favourite out of them?
Well, it had to be him because he was it was right in the middle when he was starting to get super hot.
Yeah.
So I mean, it was everything you did to him, the people reacted to it, right? So I mean, because I never did a lot of stuff. Eddie Guerrero, I worked him, was awesome, but I didn't get my longest run where I actually had a program was with The Rock. My Eddie stuff was just with the China when I came back, and it was real short-lived, which I wish it would have been longer because Eddie is one of probably the greatest of all time. And so just things like that, and Ken Shamrock and guys like that. I worked with them, but it wasn't long enough to really get either my full potential with them or to feel what we could do. And really my only long one was with The Rock, and that was of course the promos he cut on me that are absolutely hilarious and stuff. So that it was all fun and games.
So anyone past or present or future, if you could have had a singles run with them, who would you love to face? Who would you like to run with?
Mr. Perfect.
Mr. Perfect?
Yeah, Kurt Hennig was always one of the ones. When I got into it, I watched him because he was so arrogant when he was a bad guy that I just absolutely loved him. And of course Shawn Michaels, because he's another one of the greatest ever in all aspects, in all parts of this job, in all parts of this business. He's it. And it would just be, and I think it would just because he sells so much and he's so good at it and makes other people look good. I just think that combination, because me and him when I was younger and in that mode, me and him were, I'm not saying by no means I was on his level, but it was kind of, I was just a bigger version of trying to do some of the stuff he does, because that's when you're in this business and you're trying to find yourself, you look to people, well, who's really good that I don't want to measure myself after the Brooklyn Brawler. I mean, not that he's not a good guy, but he's not on top.
No.
And John's been on top for a long time.
Yeah.
So when you try to do that, you try to steal some of their stuff, but you can't, because you don't want to just go, oh, you're just stealing all Sean's stuff. No, you have to. You can take people's stuff, but you got to be able to put your own swerve on it. So probably Kurt and John. If I could have had long, good run, those two, yeah.
Obviously, running for being a tag team. Like, if there's anyone you could tag with, is there anyone you'd like to tag with at all?
No.
No?
Nope.
Nope.
There's not, and that's not, I'm not saying there's not good guys out there.
Yeah.
It's just I've had the best, Brian, I've had Road Dogg, so I don't need anybody else. And I don't, I've had,
Exactly.
I mean, it doesn't get any better than that. Even if I look back and go, well, who would I gel with to go do something, that there's nobody that's as good as he was.
Yeah.
Right, so there was the start of Bart, then there was the middle, which was Brian, which was all, I mean, it's undeniable. That was the hottest I've ever been, was with him, and what we did, and the stuff that we did together and stuff. So, of course, it's going to be him, and I would never replace him with anybody, even in a fictional, hey, just if you could. Just, If you could, no, because there's nobody out there, and I don't even think of that. And Chuck too. I don't want to take away from what the Chuck and Billy thing was. Everybody always goes, oh, the Chuck and Billy thing. No. No, what that was is you take two guys that are, when you're in film or when you're in movies, you always, if you're happy just sticking with a role that you're really good at, if you play a good-looking blonde all the time, well, that's not very hard for you because that's what you are, right? But if you want to play a gothic, dark person, it'd be a little harder so you want to challenge yourself all the time. Even in this business, you want to challenge yourself. Because if you don't and you're just happy going out there and just going through the motions and leave, then you're wasting your time, right? So and there's opportunities in this job to go as high as you want. It's just the limitations is only what you put on yourself. So when they came to us and wanted to do the Chuck and Billy thing, we talked to each other because there's no reason to do it if one of us is not in.
Yeah.
If you're for people to believe in characters or people to buy into what you're trying to give them, you're in it. You have to get in it. Like you have to be it yourself. You can't just go, oh, I'm going to play this character. Yeah, you're playing a character, but you got to be in it for people to buy it.
Yeah.
So me and Chuck talked, and we go, hey, we're not going to do, it's not anything way over the top, like we're not going to make out and have sex scenes and stuff. So it wasn't there, but the innuendos are going to be there, and everybody bit it hook, line, and sinker.
That's great.
So it was one. It was a little risky at the time, but they were looking for ratings, and we gave it to them. Two, me and Chuck have to act like we're gay, and we're going to marry each other. And then three, we have to go full out. If we're going to do it, we have to do it. And when we did it, they bit. And I think that's a tribute to what me and Chuck could do with those characters. And by the way, it was so much fun. It was so out there, but I'm an out there kind of person anyway. So I went, oh my God, when we did the swimsuit thing with the girls was awful. It was so ridiculous that it was so much fun though. And the people they were backed out of it a little bit at first. They were like, oh, come on. And literally a month into it, they were, yeah, man, this is so funny. You guys are ridiculous. But they took it for what it was. It was two guys playing characters on a WWE TV show that, everything's, what it is.
Yeah, thank you very much. So obviously, you still go to the gym. Do you have any other hobbies outside of wrestling? What do you do in your spare time, if you have any?
What do I do in my spare time? I hang out with my wife, actually, and walk around and let her yell at me all day. Because she's like, you're home too much. I mean, that's really it. I go train. I have Matt Winchliski. He's the strength and conditioning coach at the Performance Center. We kind of set up our own gym, being as I don't work there anymore. We set up a gym in his garage, which is awesome. It's so cool. It's just a basic, prehistoric gym. We have a pad, and that's what I do. I do that and kind of just hang out. My kids aren't home anymore. I have one that's right down the road at college. He's got one more year left. My oldest one is out. He graduated from Florida State with 2 degrees, and he's really good. So he kind of blows by every once in a while, so I hang out with him. But it's, they're college kids, so it's like, oh, Dad, come on, I'm in college now. I'm like way cooler than you are.
Okay, so obviously making the transition from an active performer, full-time, how was it going down to Performance Center and becoming a trainer?
It was awesome. It takes a little getting used to, because just because you can do this and you've been successful at this doesn't mean that you're going to be a coach.
Yeah.
Those are words from Hunter when he told me that. He goes, hey, well, you can come in here, but that doesn't mean you're going to be good. But you have to, it's just connecting with the students that I have.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And it was just, the transition was it wasn't hard because I just have to realize, oh, I'm not one of the boys anymore. I'm not that cool guy, but I can still be that cool guy because they're gonna listen. But they're gonna listen to a point where, yes, I've done it, and they want to do all the things I've done, but you have to connect on them with a little bit more personal for them to keep listening to you. Because it's just Groundhog's Day there all the time. It's learning the WWE way, not the independent way. Not that there's anything wrong with that, but WWE is its own thing way over here, and because they want everything done their way, and they have the right to, because they're them, you know, and there's nothing wrong with that. So you have to make things fun. This job is fun. It's I feel like when I talk to people from around up there and stuff, it's kind of getting more to a job, and nobody has fun doing it. For God's sakes, we run around and touch guys and sweat all each other and don't wear any clothes. I mean, that's not really a job.
It's a fun job. Okay, so obviously you're not in the WWE at the moment. What do you think of the independent wrestling scene as it is at the moment, in particular the UK?
Yeah, so I've been doing this since November, which is awesome, because I had people just like when they've had, oh, you got fired? Oh no. So everybody started calling me, which was awesome, which is cool to know that people still, oh, and I was the star of Tough Enough too, by the way, which didn't help, which helped my indie bookings too. So I've been doing this since November, and I love it. I love being out in people. That's what me and Brian based our whole thing on. It wasn't, hey, you're really good wrestlers. Nobody ever said that to me or Brian. They go, oh my God, you're so entertaining. And that's what we do, but we entertain people and we're good at it. So I like connecting with people. At independent stuff, it's more intimate. It's more kind of, they feel like they can really, so if they've seen me on TV and go, oh my God, you know, everybody has their thing that they like, their people that they like, and if they could ever meet them would be awesome. And that independent stuff gives fans an opportunity to get a little bit more personal with them. You know, because they sometimes feel that they're untouchable, and we're really not. We're super cool, just like everybody else. So, but they just, when you do these things, they just feel like they can get a little closer to you. I love it. I have a blast, even though my body's telling me don't do it anymore.
Obviously, you've been wrestling for a long time, and you've won countless championships. You said 10 or 11 tag team championships, been Intercontinental Champion, King of the Ring. Do you still set yourself goals? Like, is there anything you're aiming for at the moment?
No. My goals are, I have bucket list stuff that I've pretty much kind of tapped out on. Not tapped out on, but I've kind of pretty much done everything I've wanted to do. My thing now is just still, I do this because I still can do it. I don't want to be the one that does it because I have to do it.
You're still having fun doing it?
Yes, I have fun. I love doing what I love to do, and I get to see people all the time, which I like. I like to be in people, so it's fun. So as soon as that stops being fun, I will not do it anymore. I don't want it to torture me to death.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, because then you get grouchy. Then the people, when they see you and you're all grouchy, right? I can't be like, I hurt right now, but you turn it off and on. You got to be able to turn it off and on. People out there don't care that I hurt, right? Because they just want to see who they came to see, whether it's me or somebody else. If we're in a bad mood, you leave that back here. You leave that back here. It's no place for people that have come to enjoy your presence.
So, that's been great talking to you. Do you have any messages for your fans, where we can follow you online, on Twitter, Instagram?
Oh, I have all that, I believe.
Yeah.
Yeah. At Real Billy Gunn is my Twitter and Instagram, and I think that's it.
Yeah.
No, I've been here for 4 days.
Yeah.
I go back home, and then I'm only home a day, and then I leave, and then I come back home a day, and then I leave again. So I'm really busy these next 2 weeks, but then I'll get to slow down a little bit. But that just message for fans is come out and support your indie shows. They're fun. They're awesome. They really are. Especially over here, the talent over here. I was up in
Preston.
Another.
Yeah.
Yes, I didn't know if you wanted me to say that or not. Being just the people were crazy good. Holy mackerel. Just insanely good. So when people are that good, it just gives you that much, makes me literally just amp through the roof, because their energy, of course, just charges me through the roof too. So these people here tonight got their work cut out for them. Not saying that they can't do it, but they got their work cut out for them.
Thank you very much. It's been a pleasure talking to you.
Thanks.
I've been Naomi Jane. This has been a future WWE Hall of Famer and a wrestling legend, Billy Gunn. Remember to follow us at ProWrestlingPride.com or at ProPWP on Twitter. Thanks, guys. Great. Thank you
Yeah.
very much.